Hello, and everyone, welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. It's a pleasure to have you here, and we're going to be doing the monthlies, starting off with first sign. Normally it's Taurus, and yeah, that is my own personal bias because I am a Taurus, but it's my channel, so I'll do what I want. Anyways, I'm going to be using actually some two old familiar decks because we're going to take it back old school with the Rider-Waite, and we're also going to be working with the Moonology Oracle decks. So that's going to be the two decks that we'll be using for this round. And so now that we have spring slowly coming up from the ethers and finally making its presence known across the UK, it's going to be a wonderful chance for us to just reconnect with everything, feel vibrant again, shake off the old dross of the winter, which was a very nasty winter here in the UK. And yeah, just really enjoy our time. But we're going to just go ahead and start reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. And as always, if you like what you see with this channel, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. And also, feel free to leave a financial contribution at the PayPal link in the description box below. So we're going to take matters back to the mundane, and whatever messages come out are the ones that I read. I don't necessarily read specifically for love, for work, for career, unless that is where the reading is going to go within its direction. So yeah, it's a bit of a chaotic world that we live in at this moment, which is one of the reasons why I did the Tarot Mundi reading, which was based on the Iran, Israel, United States war, basically World War III breaking out. You can look at that. I'll try to link that in the description box as well, or put that in one of the cards for this channel. Anyways, Taurus, you're up. I've already shuffled the cards. That gives me a little bit extra rambling time to deal with. The card that came out for you is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And this means that, it can sometimes insinuate someone who is not very organized or a bit sloppy, but I see this as something different because what you have as your challenge is the Five of Wands. So it's almost like I see a person who is avoiding communicating anything due to the conflict and the drama that people are presenting in their life. So say, for example, you work in a workplace and you find that everyone's kind of a bit chaotic. They're a bit being difficult, even being a bit cutthroat or a catty when it comes to their behaviors. You're just kind of like, I don't feel like fucking with you at all. I'm going to just sit here and do my work. And I'm just going to go about my business in this other room. You guys can hang out here and get involved in the chaos if you want. But, if this is a love and, romantic kind of situation, this is Page of Pentacles in the reverse. That normally indicates like a friend zone-y type feeling, because someone is bringing drama into your life that you absolutely cannot be asked to deal with. And so with that said, we move into the first card, which is after the first two cards, we have the Page of Wands. There was someone that sparked your interest, someone that was, potentially caught your eye, made you feel as if, they were worth pursuing. Maybe there was a career thing that you were looking at that you found was worth pursuing, or whatever it is, you can apply it to your life. This is merely an algorithm. You yourself are the program itself. Whatever it is that caught your attention, caught your eye, you wanted to get more involved in it, and you wanted to see where things could go. However, what we see in the near future kind of belies that specific issue. So I'm going to clarify the Page of Wands once more. Clarify the Page of Wands. Yeah. So you finally found yourself being able to get out of heartbreak from previous instances that took place in your life, and you have been on the healing path. So now you're saying, okay, I think I've healed enough. Let me go ahead and get myself back out there and see what I can strike into. However, what you're finding in the near future is that you have King of Wands in the reverse. It's like you feel almost as if you're not confident enough that these, relationships, or maybe the job that you've gotten involved in, feel like they're the right fit for you. And I think a lot of this has spurned from this feeling here. The Five of Pentacles, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, both in the reverse, and the Page of Cups in the reverse. So what this is telling me, like if this is romantic related, because I did ask the cards to clarify prior to laying them all out for today, you had the message about this is a romantic situation mostly, so it's about feelings. And so what you're finding is that when you put your feelings on the line, when it comes to, you know, striking out, getting a relationship, speaking to people, male or female, whatnot, you're finding that it is not a very satisfying experience. You have been left out in the cold far too many times. And, you know, this can talk about someone who wants a relationship. So maybe with these two cards together, it's you want a relationship, but you always find yourself being left out in the cold. King of Wands can normally imply a person, and this person is in the reverse. So what it says to me, it's like it's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius that might be doing this, you know, leaving you yourself out in the cold, even though you felt that you were attracted to this individual. Page of Cups in the reverse as well. This also talks about someone who is refusing to communicate their emotions. There is a lack of exchange or of good news taking place with this person. So, with that said, you can avoid the most of this by just kind of going within and just stating to yourself, I don't want the smoke. I don't want the drama. Let's not get involved in this nonsense. At the very core, this is what shows. What you see here is that you are in Queen of Wands mode. You are very attractive. You're alluring. You're able to get the things that you want. You don't want anyone to disrupt that peace. And it's going to be important for you to get into the mindset where you're not allowing for people who are negative or who have certain kind of inclinations to disturb that fire that you have burning within. I'm going to clarify the Queen of Wands really quickly. And it was exactly what I said. Devil is the card that came out. Two of Pentacles. So these are people with very toxic qualities that tend to juggle you, that tend to have vacillating moods. They may have difficulty being consistent or reliable. And so with this Devil and this Two of Pentacles, you know, you're kind of looking at it as just like, whatever, get the fuck out of here. And you don't really want to deal with any of the bullshit that these types of people bring with, because what's known is that you are happy. You are sitting pretty on your nice horse, moving forward with the banner of victory, suns all around. You're actually in a very good place. And you're in a very good place is because you're putting an end to a lot of the negativity that's coming into your life or trying to trespass into your life is the kind of thing that I'm trying to say. Now, typically, what these two cards tell me is that with the Sun, it's clear that you need to put put the brakes on something. Knight of Pentacles is when something comes to a complete and utter halt. However, additionally, it's like, nah, I'm good on my own. Thank you very much. Let me just carry on, because if in the near future this person, this King of Wands in the reverse, does come into your life, these are the intentions. I asked to clarify what the King of Wands in the reverse was going to be about. A person that tries to come into your life, leave you out in the cold, tries to make you covet a relationship, and to an extent can actually be emotionally manipulative and very immature. So in doing that, you know what to look out for in the near future. So you're going to be running people through the polygraph to make sure that they're not going to be in any kind of negative vibration. The good thing is, the outcome for all of this, you have the Tower, and then additionally, you have the Knight of Wands, and then you have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. That again is that energy of, thank you, very good on my own, thanks. With this Tower, this is something that suddenly happens. And then with the Knight of Wands moving outward, so it's in the upright. So it's almost like you're riding off into the sunset, in the old action films where there's like a massive explosion and the cool guys just strutting out. and just, walking away from the explosion like nothing's happened. That's kind of what I'm getting in this and a visualization that I've got in my head. And with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, it's like, nah, I'm just going to pour that cup right into myself. There's going to be enough self-love from me, so that way I don't have to keep giving that to other people who are not going to resonate well with me. Furthermore, clarifying this even further, you have the Ace of Swords, and then you have the Three of Cups. So with that, you may get a breakthrough in the sense that you now understand that it's not simply just giving to one person that's going to make you feel happy about your life. It's going to be about giving to the entire community of people that support you and that ground you and that make you feel like you're a part of something bigger. So instead of worrying about the heartbreak from the past, you are healing from the past. And because you're healing from the past, you're not allowing yourself to get involved in someone or something that is going to take away or not reciprocate or not be conducive to your, what you want in life. Now, I can pull some cards because I know that it tends to resonate in the same way, where it's like, oh, bitches from the past want to come back. These people are going to try to do this. You're going to heal, blah, blah, blah. That can get a bit boring. Let's see if for March, will someone new come into Taurus's life? Upright, yes, reverse, no. So that is a yes. Justice, things will be brought into balance. And not only that, the person could be a Libra, so you can see that taking place. What can we tell me about this person that's coming into your life? Getting a lot of major arcana here, so this is a big relationship. Tell me more. Okay, so the cards clarifying the justice are the moon. It's a very mysterious person, and they may be going through a little bit of sadness, a little bit of depression themselves. Ten of Swords, they may have just gotten through a very difficult, rough patch. Now they're focusing on their work. So this is King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Pisces and Libra. More Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well. So that could be Libra in essence. So I'm going to try to read that. So it's like if we find that, yeah, people from past want to come back, cause problems, cause issues. We don't want to deal with that anymore. Is someone new coming in? I'll try to incorporate that into the reading if it does end up becoming a love reading. And so I do see things being brought into balance for the month of March, which is what I'm reading for. And I do see justice energy. The person is going to be very fair, balanced, reciprocal in their relationship and their dealings with you. They are going to be they're going to be carrying a bit of baggage from the past, but I do see it being a person that you can potentially relate to. What's going to be the outcome for this relationship that Taurus is going to encounter? What is going to be the outcome? To Swords, Lovers, and what else? What? Okay, so to be real with you, it's going to be a long period of pause. This person may not make the right decision, try to cover up the nudes. We have the Lovers here. That is the choice, the decision card. So it's someone who is not really making a decision because they are dealing with past traumas that they're unable to walk away from the past, which is due to heartbreak from that recent past. King of Swords in reverse is usually your narcissist card, your player card, the person who plays mind games. So, in essence, this new person is coming in. They're going to be very indecisive in this sense, where it's not necessarily giving 100% to this person, to you rather. And just to top it all off, what's the ultimate outcome of this relationship? Queen of Pentacles. So I see you kind of just saying, again, no thanks, I'm good. I'm going to go back, nurture myself, make sure my home and hearth are taken care of, because I don't necessarily need the extra drama and baggage. That's what I feel is going to be the main outcome for this reading. And additionally, we have for your oracle message, it says nothing will come of this situation. Okay, that'll focus. There we go. Nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. So it all seems to tie up in the sense that, and I'm just not going to bullshit you or anything like that. I don't think that's the right thing for me to do as a tarot card reader. But what it's telling me is that you're going to be good on your own. No matter who comes into your life in March, there will be a person who's likely to have heavy Libra placements. And they're going to be, it's almost like, not necessarily that you're getting tested, but it's kind of like quality control. Taurus, are you capable of cutting out these people who try to corrupt the peace that you've already just found for yourself? And if these people do come into your life, can you cut them out, sever ties with them, and carry on, just like that Knight of Wands, moving forward away from the Tower and shutting down the relationship, so that way you're not getting attached to anything that's going to be unhealthy? Maybe it's a test, maybe not, but we'll see. And that's really just going to be it. I think overall, March is going to be a very good month for you. I think it's going to be a good time for you to start to just get into your own energy, enjoy life to the fullest, because I do see that happening here. You will have a great time. Just when it comes to matches of the heart and love, if it's not going to be a net positive to you, fuck it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even include it in your repertoire, your personal asset management. And you have to look at that. Are all of the things and people in your life part of a portfolio that can generate wealth and abundance and personal value for yourself? If they are, great. If not, it's not something you need to concern yourself with. You don't need external people to make yourself feel great about you. And this is the big misconception that people have, is that being in a relationship or being with someone or getting validated through sex, love, relationships, partnerships, any of that nature, is really going to be the thing that, makes them feel good about themselves. It doesn't. Go alone and you'll never be lonely, because there'll always be people on the journey with you. I know that countless times from, doing my motorbike rides. I did one today and I was just riding through, and it was just, really great just to go to a new city, look around, listen to some history, learn from people, have chats with people in cafes. I find that, I never am really alone. And in fact, people, if they see you riding out with the motorcycle gear and all that stuff, you always strike up conversations with people. So, there's loads of people who ride bikes, throughout the UK. And they're always, oh, what do you ride? And, oh, yeah, I love going to this place. And I like going to that place. And I drive this or I ride that. And, it's just a great time for you to just meet a new circle of people who vibe on a new level for yourself. And so shedding that old, making way for the new, and keeping it on the vibration that resonates with your new self after going through this god-awful, god-forsaken year of the snake. We're now in the year of the fire horse. Everything's moving in the right direction. And that's your year. You are the year of the fire horse, because that came out in your outcome. That means you're going to be pushing forward without concern about the past, moving forward and understanding what you've learned. So that way, when new challenges arise, when these people who bring this kind of smoke to your life come in, you'll just sit there and you'll think about it, and you'll just say to yourself, nah, you're not really worth it. Get out. And that's it. Thank you so much. This is Aluminum Tarot. It's a pleasure to read for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you like what you see here again, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding the notification bell so you don't miss any updates from future postings. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much. Till next time, love and light. Bye now.